Alright, today we're going to do a beginner's guide, and I'm surprised because I haven't seen many beginner's guides on YouTube, so I'll start one right now. Uh, so first what you want to do is, I'll tell you what not to do, and then I'll tell you what you should do instead. So here's all the things you really shouldn't do, and one of them is just clearing the ball. You don't want to clear the ball for no reason, so what a lot of people do is they'll have the bar here. They'll just got in possession because they saved the ball, and they'll just shoot it this way. Not even at the goal. And even when they shoot it at the goal, it's such a far distance that even if no one was blocking it, it doesn't go in the goal unless it's a Z shot. Which, in case you guys don't know, a Z shot is that fire thing right here with the cooldown. And that's the only time I would get someone clearing the ball. But usually you do not want to clear, right? So no clearing the ball randomly whenever you save it. You want to take it downfield by dribbling. Dribbling is very good. Just dribble like this. Just dribble down the field. Whenever someone's in front of you, you can cut the other way and keep going. And then you could shoot the ball. Alright? And then go for a rebound if they block it. So that's what you want to do instead of clearing it. Another thing is I see people who play the game like this. And if you don't know, if you never seen a montage, no one plays like that. They use shift lock or view lock. And I'm gonna show you how to do shift lock for uh, PC players, and I'll show you how to do view lock. So shift lock, you want to go into settings, Roblox settings, and at the top you'll see, like, you go Roblox settings with the cog wheel, and like in the menu, and it's in-game settings, and you want to turn on shift lock at the top. And what it is your left shift makes it to where you have this thing in the center, and you can walk around and like this. It gives you so much more control, and it really does help. The same with view. It's the same thing with view lock, except your mouse isn't staying put. You can move around your mouse. I just use shift lock because I like to do this. But it doesn't really matter. View lock and shift lock are basically the same thing. So whatever you'd like with those. Next thing is changing your avatar. Now this one, you'll have to look up a guide. It's just change your avatar to R6. R6 is where you have more like control. This is the R6 that I'm using right now. And I'm pretty sure almost every pro uses R6. Uh, as far as I've seen. No one really uses R15 uh, into their 200s. You'll rarely see one. And it's just because it helps with controlling a lot. It really does help just control way better. You can you can see your foot kicking, and you have the actual hitbox. With the R15, you have the walk animation, and when you tackle, it slows you down. So tackling in R15 isn't very good. So just all in all, R6 is not very well. It is not good. Um, Another thing is you just gotta tackle more. Tackling really does help. You just like you can do this. There's a lot of tricks you can do with tackling, but if someone's ahead of you, the tackle has a better hitbox than a dribble does. So if you tackle your way to the goal, you'll have a less likely chance of being like having the ball taken away if you're being chased. And another thing is, this is a very small, minor thing, but if you're looking up in the air, you'll notice some of the maps have a really, really bright sky. And you can help that by using a few maps. The one I'm using right now, and there's another one which is called the TPS 10, which is the one I always like to use because it doesn't have any of that bright light in your face. So if you're really trying to get better and you're always looking up and it's kind of annoying you, that can help you too. But that since you're not really kicking the ball in the air that much, it like for wall clears or something, you really won't have to worry about that too much. So another thing I see players doing that really it just doesn't work out too well normally is they like to do a wall clear. And it's what they do is they just hit it against the wall and it goes really high and they end up passing the other team. And then the other team may score or just wall clear black. It's like ping pong. It's the same thing whenever people are just clearing this way except they're using the wall. Don't do this. The only way you would want to do this is if you can't pass and they don't know how to block wall clears, which is very easy to block wall clears. All you have to do is tackle. So say someone's wall clearing right here, all you have to do is just tackle this way. Even fires, all wall clears can be blocked. So that's why they're also not great. Uh, I suggest passing, but if you really have like a good teammate who can hit the ball in the air, then yeah, you would want a wall clear because you can probably get it out of the air and then gain possession rather than him taking a risk on a pass. Which passes aren't that risky if you're good at passing, but it's very limited to a situation where you would want to do a wall clear. So another thing is passing with your teammate. Passing with your teammate is really helpful. Uh, it just really does help. So I'm getting like a bunch of people are going chasing the ball over here. Uh, I just pass to my teammate. I can either dribble back and then pass, so I'm not so overwhelmed, or I can just pass like that. That's a short one, but a lot of people don't have good teammates. Like they don't have teammates that'll pass or anything. And what you want to do is you want to stay at center mid or center back. So when your teammate loses possession, you'll be able to take the ball from them, and you could either pass to them or just score. But I would recommend passing because after you've passed to someone, they'll likely pass back to you because they realize that you're doing the passing game. Because even if you do say pass in chat, they likely won't pass. I have a happen a lot, and I'm guilty myself because sometimes people say pass and they end up losing the ball because they won't pass back. But if you're watching the guide, then you'll know that it's better not to be greedy and just pass. Goals don't really matter as long as you're getting better. Goals don't matter. Level doesn't matter too. It just shows how great you might be. But later on, you'll find out that levels aren't that crazy. They don't really show how good someone is. There's a level 40 that can be a level 50. So levels don't matter too much, but they show the general range and how good the person is. So another thing is you want to use curve as much as you can. Now my curve will be a lot more like curve because I have extra curve on, which I recommend if you're gonna play the game for a while that you should buy because it's helpful and it helps pop shots. But just learning how to curve makes it a lot better. You can pass better, so you can go around people, and you can also just shoot better. So uh, it's harder to save it, and it's just better to learn how to curve. It helps later on, and yeah, that's all. That's pretty much it. Just remember to put on R6 because that is a very, very, very important thing. You do not want to forget to do R6. And goalies, if you are wanting to be a goalie, I would recommend to not be a goalie because it's pretty boring. But if you really do want to be a goalie, uh, what you want to do is instead of playing striker or instead of playing goalie, you don't actually want to play goalie when you're starting out. What you want to do is you want to play center back or center mid because you'll be able to get the possession of the ball and you'll learn how the ball works and you'll learn how to uh, like to feel the ball. And then once you're like level 20 or 30 and you're done being a center back, you can be a goalie because you know how the ball works. And you'll find that being a goalie after being a center back or a center mid uh, really does translate and helps. And it helps you get used to the game. Because if you're a low level goalie, you'll end up missing all your shots and you'll have to brutally learn. Or uh, you'll end up having no shots going towards you at all because your teammate is doing all the work themselves. And that's what I often see with goalies. That's why the goalie class is kind of hard to play if you don't have any friends to play with. So that's pretty much it for the beginner's guide. I'll have a uh, advanced guide later, but this is the basics and this is what you want to learn. So these are just minor mistakes that end up costing the game. And a lot of the game is just getting used to dribbling and tackling because that's really the only game mechanics. So you shouldn't have too much to worry about because there's only two things or three things, including shooting, that you really have to worry about, which is dribbling, shooting, and tackling.